The Arizona ballot audit continues as MAGA supporters desperately try to prove their unhinged conspiracy theories about the election. These conspiracies, of course, include searching ballots for traces of bamboo in order to prove some sort of weird Chinese, I guess, interference, looking for watermarks with, I don't know, infrared lights, or the UV blue lights or whatever, or even allegations that Maricopa County election officials were shredding ballots for Trump, feeding them to the chickens, and then incinerating the chickens in order to hide the wow. Wow. Okay. All right. That is a very deep rabbit hole. You're going to need a little bit more than a snorkel to dive down that. You're going to need some scuba gear. Okay. Oof. Now, according to a report, elections observer Jennifer Morrell expected the Arizona audit to be crazy and disorganized, and when she went to see it earlier this month. But even she happened to be stunned at just the level of unhinged and of disorganization that it really ended up being. And so, writing in the Washington Post, Morrell said the Arizona audit is, quote, even worse than you think, as its procedures are so sloppy that any conclusions that it would reach would not be taken at face value. In more than a decade of working on elections, audits, and recounts across the country, I've never seen one this mismanaged. Yeah. So now, look, it's pretty easy. It's going to be pretty easy for MAGA chuds to dismiss this as, you're just mad because of deep state propaganda, and you don't want us to find the truth. Yeah, the real truth that we have, the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. We're gonna find it. We're gonna find the fraud, and then we're gonna reinstall Donald Trump as president of the United States. You're just trying to stop it. But hold on here. When you look at the details, I'm sure even one of the most hardened MAGA supporters has to be swayed, at least when it comes to the details of why this is bad. In fact, one person, Morello says this: I was stunned to see spinning conveyor wheels whizzing hundreds of ballots past counters who struggled to mark on a tally sheet each voter's selection for the presidential and Senate races. They only had a few seconds to record what they saw. Occasionally, I saw a counter look up, realize they missed a ballot, grab the wheel to stop it. This process sets them up to make so many mistakes. Now, if you actually care about being able to recount the ballots to get a proper count, well, then you would look at that system. You'd have to look at that system and be like, that's not good. That's really, really inefficient. You're going to miss things. And what if you miss those 2 or 3 Trump ballots that you might not have caught before? I mean, do they care at all about election? No, of course not. Obviously. Nobody can work accurately in those conditions. Now, how are you supposed to count the ballots if you can't see the ballots? Doomed to fail. And again, even the most hardcore MAGA guy has to look at that and be like, oh, well, that's not good. We might want to slow those down. So, we need to actually maybe look at the actual ballots. I don't know. It's like an episode of I Love Lucy. True. And again, that's just touching on the functional stuff. The crazy, oh man, here comes the insanity, okay? According to Morrell, ballots were being inspected for traces of, as I mentioned, bamboo, and the auditors would try to flag ballots for having, get this, stains on them. Stains. At one point, she said, I overheard some volunteers excitedly discussing a stain on a ballot. Quote, it looks like a Cheeto finger, one said, like someone touched it with cheese dust. That had to be suspicious, the teammate agreed. Why would somebody come to the polls with cheese powder on their hands? To which I say,
ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I present to you the theory that it was none other than Chester Cheetah that rigged the election in 2020. They got him. They got him, folks. Mission accomplished. They got the fraud. Nailed it. Oh my God. This is so utterly ridiculous. I mean, how is Cheesy Fingers evidence of voter fraud? It doesn't prove anything other than the fact that the person who filled it out, who did the ballot, who did the voting, was probably hungry before they went to vote. I mean, you could eat Cheetos in your car before you vote. In fact, Morrell points out, quote, I've seen ballots stained with almost anything you can imagine. And believe me, I can imagine a lot. Okay. Including coffee, grease, and yes, cheese powder. This is not, okay. Again, think of the people who come in from work to vote. Okay. They could be covered in who knows what and get it all over the ballots. That doesn't mean fraud. That's not evidence. That's pure desperation. Oh boy. And in further evidence of the insanity, you now also have Arizona GOP Chairwoman Kelly Ward threatening party officials with arrest for not supporting the efforts of the quote unquote cyber ninjas. I mean, the Daily Beast is reporting that the audit has been driving divisions within the state GOP even deeper, and Ward is now pushing for the arrest of Republican election officials in Maricopa County if they refuse to comply with the auditor's demands, which include getting private server information from government officials, something that the sheriffs have called completely insane. Oh yeah, no, we're just going to give over our secret passwords for our routers to randos. Yeah, that'll work out just great. Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, again, Ward said earlier this week, there have to be consequences. There could be arrested people refusing to comply. Talk about handing over the asylum to the inmates. And that's exactly what this is. It is full on 100% clown show. Speaking of, by the way, clowns. Take a look.
I call on all people of Arizona to demand everyone to be friggin' arrested. All 5 of these board supervisors should be arrested immediately for not following court orders, for lying, perjury, for suppressing the evidence. These people are crooked. They need to go to prison right now until they give us the truth. Clint Hickman, I'm calling you out again, you idiot. Get off your butt and tell the truth. I called you at your office the other day, and you never even care what I say. You're going to prison, boy. I'm letting you know you're going to prison for a long time. We got you, boy. We got all the evidence. You're not going to get out of this, you stupid board supervisors. Bill Gates. At least you share a good name with another crook, Bill Gates. You know what? Had it. I'm going to drive down to Arizona. I'm going to arrest you myself, Clint Hickman. I'm going to come down there, and I'm going to film it. I'm going to arrest you live on YouTube. How you like that, boy? You idiot. You all are crooks. You ain't going to show up because you ain't got nothing truthful to say. You ain't following the orders. Arrest these people. Arizona Rangers, get in there, arrest them all now. Somebody that's not crooked, go arrest all 5 of these crooks right now and throw them in prison.
What else can I say? That's MAGA for you. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.